Oh, what's going on, everybody? AOP First the Kid live in the building. I just jumped off the porch. Dirty glove back.
Where the fans that hit me one time? Oh, 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 oh.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. We got 803 Fresh jumping off the porch with us today. What's up, bro?
What's going on, my wife?
Man, I'm coolin', bro. How you feeling?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Thank you for having me in the building, man.
Man, yes, sir. Like I told you, bro, make yourself at home, man. Welcome off the porch, bro.
Thank you, G.
Yeah, man. This like granny porch, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything can go down. You feel me? Just show some love, show some respect. You know.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir. But bro, you've been making moves for really the past year has been, I'm sure life changing for you with your song Boots on the Ground.
Yeah.
Is a hit, damn near platinum. And it's been going crazy on TikTok and everything, man. How does it feel to have a song that has impacted the culture as much as your song has?
I think every day gets more and more exciting. Every day I'm seeing a lot more people gravitate towards the song. Every day I'm seeing a new TikTok. Every day I'm seeing somebody posting. Kids are doing it. Elderly people are doing it. It's an exciting day every day that I get a chance to see it.
No, for sure. And I know that for you having a song that's impacting the way that it is, did you ever imagine that this was gonna be the song that was gonna do it for you?
That particular song, no. When you think about songs like that, they only come like once in a lifetime, an anomaly, so to speak. Definitely didn't think that the song would, generate as much traction as it did. It surprised me, it surprised my camp, how much and how impactful that the song was throughout the year. And like I said, to this day, it's still surprising us. I guess how high in demand the song still is.
Yeah. No, for sure, because it's like a year later and the song still has legs, like it's a new song. Yeah. And before we get too deep in the interview, man, who you got with you up here on the porch, man?
We got two other halves of Snake Eyes Music Group, man. We have Maserati Bud sitting right to my right. We have Amos Clark sitting to my left. I'm talking about beautiful music. I'll let these guys explain a little bit about some of their background. Bud?
Maserati Bud, originally from Miami-Dade County, rocking out, of course.
Yes, sir.
Amos Clark, Santee, South Carolina, small town, rocking out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome. Now, Fresh, you were raised in Wagner, South Carolina.
That's correct.
For people who have never been there, how would you explain your city, man? How would you explain where you're from?
It's a small town, rolling through it. If you blink, you'll miss it. Probably like a population of maybe 27. But when I tell you everybody knows everybody. Everybody is damn near kin to everybody. It's very homely. It's a church town, so you got a lot of churches in there. It's a lot of singing that go on. There's a lot of talent there too. And that goes for all of the little surrounding towns too. You got Paris, Salley, Springfield, Delmar, Allendale, Blackville, all these smaller towns, they surround Wagner, but so much talent that's down there. Yeah.
And at a young age, what was influencing you? What were you into?
I had blues on one side, gospel on another side, so I was definitely influenced by both. And people would take a little bit of time to listen to a lot of my lyrics, and they listen to a lot of the cadences, the way that I arrange my music. They can hear a little bit of the Johnny Taylor on the bottom. They can hear a little Canton Spiritual on the top. You say, so that's how I like to mix it up.
Word. And was music something that you were pursuing at an early age, or when did you get started in music?
At an early age, pursuing it, no. Realizing that it was something worth pursuing, that came in my later years. To know, what the talent, like where the talent could take me, to know what the talent could do for me. I didn't know that until, out of high school.
Gotcha.
That it was a possibility that, hey, your talent could make a way for you, and I'm just now walking into it.
But were you singing in the church at an early age?
Yeah, started off in the church.
Instruments? Or?
Yeah, I play the keys, play the drums.
Okay. I always have conversations with folks, and I say that I feel like one thing that's missing from the music is more people having that church upbringing, that church background. I feel like people who do come up in the church doing music are just more musically inclined, and we just finding that a lot of the more successful people in music have that background, and I feel like that's missing in a lot of cases.
It's definitely missing, and when you think about the critiquing coming out of church, if you can sing, they'll let you know. If you can't sing, they're going to definitely let you know. You know, so I mean, you have to, you know, just like when we're on the stage and, you know, say for instance, Blues All Right, you know, everybody's critiquing you up and down, you know what I'm saying, making sure the moves is right, making sure, you know what I'm saying, the keys are hit, you know, the cadences are right. It's the same thing that applies to the church, because if you can't sing, pastor gonna call you out. And so you gotta be definitely on top of your game, you know, in church or wherever you go.
Yeah. And you're rooted in gospel and quartet.
Yes.
Now, quartet, that's like how when we would see Boys to Men, like back in the day, like
right, around the fire barrel, you know what I'm saying, getting the harmonies together.
Yeah. Word. And how do you feel like that helped you to evolve into the artist that you are today?
Really, I just listened to the stories. A lot of the stories were relatable. I think back to a lot of the artists that I was listening to growing up. Your Johnny Taylors, your Percy Sledges, your ZZ Hills, Otis Reddings. The storytelling that these guys had was phenomenal. You know, they were telling stories of everyday life things that people were going through, and I took those things and I applied that to my scheme as well. So I think that people gravitate more towards the music if it's able to be relatable to you. I think that's where I grabbed from those guys. Coming up, growing up, listening to what they were saying, how they were singing, the message that they were conveying, and I just applied it to, you know, what I had going on.
Now, at what age would you say you jumped off the porch?
I say I jumped off the porch at 14. My dad died when I was 14, and so the new developments of life, you know, outside of home, I started, you know, doing those things and opened up a whole new world for me. So I started seeing not only the world different, but seeing music different too. And I think 14 was the turning point in Fresh.
From that point, did you feel like you had to be the man of the house and that it was, the responsibility was on you to?
Yeah, I definitely had a purpose. I definitely was driving with a purpose. You know, although my mom wasn't the singer, she always, you know, she planted that battery in my back. You know, she always boosted me up, you know, to go and pursue it, whether it be gospel, whether it be R&B, soul, rap, hip hop, whatever I chose to be in. My mama she was a strong supporter in it. Yeah. So whatever I decided I wanted to go, she was definitely supportive. But yeah, I definitely had to step up and, you know, take on the reins of being the man of the house.
Right. And so you're one of the leading artists in this new genre that we call Southern Soul.
Yeah.
You said Southern Soul saved your life.
It did.
Can you speak on that?
When I tell people that Southern Soul saved my life, you know, everybody, you know, we get to the point where we have decisions that we have to make. A lot of those decisions aren't the best ones. I think that for me to choose Southern Soul was one of the best choices in my life, because at a certain amount of time, I was going through a certain, you know, life situations, and to kind of segue my mind off of the life situations, I would apply it to the music. And so a lot of the feelings and emotions that I was going on, you're saying in my personal life, I was just putting it in the music, and I was putting it out there, not knowing that it's other people that's going through the same thing, you know. And a lot of times, you know, I wanted to be in the street, I wanted to play around, you know what I'm saying, do certain things in the street or whatever. A lot of my rehearsal time took up a lot of that. A lot of my studio time took up a lot of that, you know what I'm saying. So it took me out of certain situations and out of certain environments at a certain time. So it's a collective of things of why the reason I say it saved my life. We can go on all day. Yeah. But the most important thing that it saved my family. I gained stability for my family. I gained a name for myself, something that we had been working hard for, you know, to actually establish a brand, establish a name, and to actually get it second nature, you in the minds of the masses. And so we actually did that. So in a nutshell, it definitely saved my life.
And how would you define the Southern Soul sound for someone who is new on the genre and trying to understand exactly what it is?
We like to call it a melting pot. It's a melting pot of different genres that are incorporated to make Southern Soul. When you listen to Southern Soul, your ear might be pinged to certain things. You might hear quartet over there. You might hear just traditional inspiration of gospel over there. You might hear blues over there. You might hear country over there. It's just a melting pot of different genres inside of one genre to make it one unique genre. And I heard you say earlier that it was a new genre. Southern Soul has always been around. The chilling circuit has always been here. I like to appreciate it more now because I'm traveling down the same lines, same roads as some of your greats, your Muddy Waters, your James Browns, your Little Riches, man, your Otis Reddings. I'm traveling down the same lineage as these guys, so I learned to appreciate Southern Soul, for what it really is and how it started.
Yeah, and the genre seems to have really exploded like over the past few years. Why do you think people are connecting with it so heavily right now?
It resonates more now with people because we're looking for a good time. We're looking for more than just what the news puts out there to us. When you listen to Southern Soul, you feel good. It's family music. It's cookout music. It's definitely music. It's rhythm. It's beats that make you feel good. And in a time, in a climate that we're in, we look for things like that. And so I think that Southern Soul, it made its, grand entrance in such a great amount of time because it was at a time to when people needed something to make them feel good. Every time you look on the news, it was just something, playing down this, war this. They look for something to make them, and that's what Southern Soul brings to you. It brings back a homeliness that, you remember when grandmama was living. When auntie and them was throwing the cookouts, you said at the house. That's what Southern Soul does. It brings back those memories. And that's why I strive to, push it so hard.
Southern Soul fans seem to be so loyal to the genre. Why do you feel like they're so loyal compared to other genres?
I think that is because it's ours. It's uniquely ours. And when you think about the lyrics and you think about, say for instance, just the places that these events are held. You got the events on the back of Auntie Porch. You got the hole in the wall, down the street. These things are so quickly relatable to people. That's the whole reason.
Now, do you feel like Southern Soul is still growing, or has it only scratched the surface right now?
There definitely isn't. It's not a stunted growth in Southern Soul. I see Southern Soul growing way, way past where it is. As long as we hold true, like the integrity of it, I see Southern Soul being right up there. You saying with your main hip hop, your main R&B genres, your main country soul genres. Time tells everything, but I think that we're definitely on a fast track to getting right there with them, and I'm one of the martyrs of it.
Right. Now, at what point did you realize Boots on the Ground wasn't just a song anymore, but it became a cultural movement?
Just really watching the virality of it, just seeing how viral it was going, to see how many edges of the earth that it was touching. It wasn't just in the U.S. It was across the world, and at that moment, then I knew. When I see people in front of the Eiffel Tower, they're doing it. They in Belize and they're doing it. You're saying they are on a cruise. They're in the Dominican Republic. They're doing it. They're in Hawaii. They're doing it. You're saying, looking at that, that's when the light turned on. Like it may just be more than a song. It might just be a movement. It might just be a purpose. And I find it fair to me now to know that it was way more than what I anticipated on it being. So it's my responsibility to see that it's bigger than what it is and to walk in it.
Now, what was your reaction the first time you saw hundreds of people to even thousands of people dancing to this song, doing the line dance to the song, having their fans out, you know, just really like engaging like with your song?
Nostalgic. It's one of those moments that you can't get those back. It's hard to like really get those back, man. But it was one of those stop and soak it in moments. Like, dang, I really got one. Like, you know, I look on social media, I look on TV, and I see a lot of the artists, you're saying they got, you know, the whole crowd, 10,000 people, you know, and they chanting the song word for word. And you got me, I'm sitting on the couch, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be there. But it's just a thought. So to actually see the thought coming to fruition, to actually see it is the words can't really describe that. You just got to be there and be in that moment, and you got to embrace it.
What's one of the craziest or one of the, you know, videos that really stood out to you that you've seen online, whether it's been a certain celebrity that's reacted to your song or just the craziest video that you've seen?
It was one small clip that was at a Beyonce concert. I think it was early on in the production of the concert, where at the point where the boots on the ground would come in, they would like cut the beat, and then the whole crowd would be singing it. You said the whole, like that moment right there, you're saying, was probably like one of the most iconic moments for me. You're saying to have someone of that status to cut her set and for people to be singing something of mine at that greater scale.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then the song has gotten such a reaction where it's not just the boots on the ground part of the song, but then where them fans at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to the point to where now people are taking fans, you know, to the club or to the lounges.
Club,
and, you know,
church.
Yeah. Yeah, these festivals, like all of that, and they going crazy with the fans, and that's like a whole part of the dance too.
Yeah, it's an accessory now.
No, for sure. And were you able to benefit off of that? You know what I'm saying? Like with how big the fans are and all of that. Like, did you start, you know, selling merch and, and doing all that?
Oh yeah, especially in the beginning, we definitely we capitalized on it. You said as much as we could, but you know we were in so much competition with other people making fans, man. You know it was crazy. It was a whole fan frenzy that was going on, man. Lady actually walked up and called to me. She came up to me. I used to work the flea markets down the way, and she came up to me and she said, "You know what? You saved my house." Well, how you figure? She threw all her savings in the fans. Like when it first, she threw all her savings into the fans, and she's in a new house now.
Wow.
Our fans, you know what I'm saying? It surprised the hell out of me, you know what I'm saying? But that lady actually like had tears in her eyes. Bro, I was employing people that I never even knew. People were selling fans, boots on the ground, shirts, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about they had the merchandising going. And on top of me, you know what I'm saying, as well with the merchandising. So I was making money. People I never even knew, never even touched, were making money off of something that I created, man. And I thought it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was employing people and didn't even know I was employing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's what's up, man. When your music has such an impact on the culture that you're able to capitalize off of it, but then other people are too.
That was probably like one of the more beautiful things. You know, not only am I reaping the benefits of it, not only am I seeing the blessings out of it, other people that, you know, that are in arm's reach of me are able to receive the blessings too. So that was a one-up.
Now, a part of the craze with the song on TikTok was that there's a line dance associated with the song too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you know that this song was gonna have a line dance affiliated with it? Like, was that a part of the strategy, or did all of that just happen organically?
It wasn't a part of the strategy at all. It was divinely placed, but it was never orchestrated by me. We put the song out there. The song did exactly what it did. You know, it grabbed line dancers, it grabbed young ones and old ones, it grabbed the DJs. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Yeah.
Now, is Southern Soul like also connected to line dancing? Like is that a part of the music and of the genre, or is it just certain songs that just happens organically?
What has made it so unique as of the past, maybe say 2 years, that Southern Soul and line dancing have become a collective. They have become one that helps the other, so to speak. So when you hear a lot of the Southern Soul songs, especially like up-tempo songs, you're gonna see a lot of them try to incorporate certain type of dances to it. I mean, it brings memory to the song, it brings memory to the dance as well, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see a lot of Southern Soul songs that are gonna have dances that are incorporated with it. I feel like one definitely boosts the other, you know, it has helped in the past 2 years. And with the trail ride scene, you know, just going out of the window, as far as like just exploding onto the scene, it's become more of a greater marriage with the Southern Soul and the line dancing. Yeah. So I think that one operates well when it has the other.
Now, where did the phrase "where them fans at," where did that come from? How'd you come up with that?
Where them fans at came to me because, you know, I went to a trail ride, seen the steppers, you know, they had the fans. They was popping the fans, they had the whistle, tamarines or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we go to another event, I don't see nobody with the fan, so here go me asking the question, like, where the fans at?
Yeah.
You know, and just incorporating it into a song. It definitely wasn't planned, it wasn't schemed out or nothing. It was, I dare say, lucky.
Yeah. At what point did you start seeing the people actually bringing the fans to the parties and to the shows and all?
Oh, I mean, immediately. I mean, they already had, it was already, I don't know if it was a trend that was already going on, but I mean, you'll see occasionally, you're saying a fan or two, you know what I mean? It wasn't like this mass, like craze that was, you know, going around, but you'll see a couple of them with the fans, but it became one of the go-to accessories, you know what I mean? If they didn't think about it at that time and had the fan, now it's like a part of the wardrobe now. You know what I mean? So it's crazy though.
And there's a remix to the song with DaBaby and Petey Pablo on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that joint's been that's been moving.
It's been in rotation.
Yeah, man. What's like that feeling like when you have a song that's been popping for so long, but it's like it's still going, and people demanding remixes, and then you got artists that want to jump on it themselves.
I mean, I still stand in awe, you know, that it's still, you know, generating the traction that it is. A big shout out to all of those artists, you know what I'm saying, that took, you know, time out of their day to actually get on it and bless it just a little bit more. I think that it shows a little bit of unity. You know, you can see that the genres are they're cross-threading. You know, we're networking, we working together now. Now, mind you, like you said, you know, to the untrained ear, Southern Soul is a new genre, and you know, not knowing that it's been around for a long time. So for this said new genre to be able to mix and mingle with, you know, these genres that have been around, that have been, you know, solidified for a long amount of time, to see them work together is a one-up for us, because I guess the notoriety that we were looking for, we might be able to get that by working with them. You say we might be able to get into some of those rooms. So I appreciate the merger, you know, and the networking that we've been doing across the board. So not only are the R&B folks sliding toward this, but the actual like hip hop and rap artists are sliding towards it, and they're paying attention to it. So it's a one-up for Southern Soul.
No, for sure. And when you have a song as big as Boots on the Ground and as, you know, doing what it's doing, is there pressure to make another Boots on the Ground?
It's always pressure. A lot of pressure, it doesn't come from within, you know, it comes from, you know, the opinions from the outside. Mm-hmm. You know, you got one, where's the next one coming, you know what I'm saying? So it's such a high anticipation for the next song to be, you know, as equal, like to try to equate to or to be better than Boots on the Ground. I'm not gonna say that I'm chasing the song, I'm just making good music. The songs, the music is gonna do what it's gonna do regardless. Depicting on what people are feeling at that time, or depicts on whether the song is gonna make its move or not. So I just continue to drop good music. I'm not chasing the song or trying to emulate it at all. I just want the good music to speak for itself. I mean, who knows? It might be another Boots on the Ground that's in the cut, but I let the people choose.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
And the best, and I think the best way to do it, like how you said, even with Boots on the Ground, you didn't know it was gonna be what it was gonna be. So it's like you just have to make music, and you just have to continue to just make your art the way that you know how, and allow the fans to gravitate and let you know what it is. 'Cause I feel like when an artist tries to force it, when you try to say, all right, I'm gonna make a club anthem. All right, I'm gonna make a strip club anthem. All right, I'm gonna make another, song where we're gonna have a line dance. It never works that way.
It doesn't hit as genuine.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell when it's forced or when it's chasing. Yeah. You can tell.
Now, what city has surprised you with the most with their support behind the record and behind you?
What city?
Yeah. Like, has there been a city that just has really gravitated more and you didn't expect that they would, support as heavy?
Man, I gotta say Atlanta, man.
Oh.
I got to say Atlanta. The reason why I say Atlanta, man, I've been back and forth to Atlanta so many times this past year. You know what I'm saying? But I like it. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I like it, because it's tough to get in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's tough to get that music to rotate down here. You know, they got their ears sectioned and sanctioned to one, to one thing. So to see Southern Soul slowly sneaking over here and they actually enjoying it, they actually liking it, I see something going on.
Yeah. Now, you independent, right?
Yes.
Right. And what would you say you've learned about the music business during this run?
Learning about the business.
Just truly having to learn the business.
First of all, patience. First of all, patience, man. It's gonna be it's so many things that coming at you. You saying from this side, that side. You saying so. I've learned to establish patience in it. Thorough reading, making sure you saying that you see everything. Make sure that you understand everything that's interpreted to you. You're saying make sure you gotta have your business together. To trust my team. Big shout out goes to Snake Eyes Music Group. This is a group that I'm with. As you see, we have Maserati Bud here. We have Amos Clark here. We also have one that's not here. You're saying big shout out goes to Carolina Bree. We're working hard, and I put a lot of the dependability on the team, and they ask me for that a lot. You're saying, let the team work. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned to, in this past year, to allow my team to make the proper decisions, you're saying, to make the right moves in order for, not just for me to grow, for the brand to grow as well. So those are just some of the things that I've learned as far as the business over this past year.
Now, I would imagine that labels were reaching out to you after the song blew up.
Yeah.
What spawned your decision to continue to remain independent instead of signing with a label who could have probably gave you a bag and pushed the record even more?
I mean, we country boys. I mean, we stem a lot of our decisions, a lot of our decision making on loyalty. A lot of decisions come off of loyalty. When Snake reached out to me to actually start with the music, you're saying, he came to me, you're saying, with a genuine approach. He had a vision. I can understand if it was somebody, $10 million, you're saying, coming in, you're saying, hey, I got this for you, I need you to do such and such. But no, he didn't come to me with money, he came to me with a vision. Money was gonna be an addition to that. And so I seen it as a genuine move, and I wanted to be loyal to that. So I think that's one of the reasons why I never was swayed by, the different, this one here coming, and you say, holler at me, hey, we can offer you this, or this one coming. I wasn't really swayed by that because I was in tune to the vision as well. And sometimes those things are way, way bigger than what a dollar amount could put on them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because if you can have that vision and follow that and keep your faith, it's like money that's right in front of you. In hindsight, you will look at it and be like, "Yo, that was actually small money compared to
that back end,
what it really could be, or what it is now when you looking at it." So
that loyalty will present that back end how it should.
Yeah, nah, for sure. what's the most valuable lesson that this viral moment has taught you?
Man, make the best out of the moment. Make the best out of the moment. You don't get these all the time. There's a lot of people that, you know, work their particular genres for decades. They don't get one, you know. So for you to get one is tremendous. So you gotta take that and you gotta embrace that, and you gotta milk it for what it is.
Yeah.
And you gotta keep working. You gotta keep that relevance.
It's almost like in sports when you see a team go to the finals or a team go to the Super Bowl, and in some cases, like they've been talking about Wemby lately, and they've been comparing it to where.
Shouts out to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Shouts out to the Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. But you know how a team will make it to the chip, but then they might not make it back to the chip.
Yeah.
You know, for some years, if ever again.
Yeah.
So it's like you better when you in that spotlight, you better do as much as you can. You better take advantage, like what you're talking about. You gotta take advantage of that time.
I'm telling you, because those windows, they close very, very fast. Just as quick as it opens, they close just as fast. So you got to seize those opportunities. You're saying do everything that you can within that amount of time, and get to rolling.
No, for sure. Now, why do you think Southern Soul is beating a lot of mainstream genres when it comes to engagement and ticket sales? Because y'all shows are selling like crazy, and like I was saying earlier, the fan base is so loyal.
Yeah. I'll say it like this. It's compounded. It's not one thing directly. Like I said, the music is definitely relatable. In a nutshell, it's just timing. You know, I think that every genre has its timing. You're saying when, you know, it's thing right then. I think that Southern Soul has it's its timing right now. You know, for it to shine, for it to flourish. You're saying for people to see everything that's coming from it. You're saying that's just like with the song itself. We may have dropped this song maybe 3 years prior. It probably wouldn't have hit as hard dropping, you're saying 3 years prior rather than us dropping it now, because it was perfect timing for it. You know, it was certain situations that was going on in Southern Soul. It was, you know, Trail Risers at its, you know, getting ready to be at its peak. It was situations that put it, you know, in perfect timing. And that's the reason why Southern Soul is where it is now. Not only is it relatable, it's the perfect timing for it in the climate that we're in.
Yeah. How would you say your life has changed since the song has blown up and all this energy has been around you and your song?
Life has definitely changed. I'm talking about a whole lot. Can't walk to the grocery store like that. But it's taught me a lot, man. You know, responsibilities, handling myself. You're saying, in the best candor that I most possibly can. You know, being able to be versatile on the stage, to assess work and family relations, you know what I'm saying, and try to be able to be ambidextrous with that, try to bobble those things. It's taught me a whole lot, man. I'm not gonna lie.
And you released a song, Jump Judy, that's been gaining a lot of motion as well. What's the What's your process like with that song, and you know what I mean? Like, how's the reaction been for you with that?
Jump Judy was my favorite song. I say like that. It was my favorite song, especially with being the follow up with Boots on the Ground. But I would say this, that high engagement. They've been definitely engaged with it. A big shout out goes to Jabria Quarterbomb. She's from down my way. She actually incorporated the dance with it, and they've been going crazy over it. You know what I'm saying? I think that Jump Judy is a good record. Yeah. You know, it's up tempo. You know, everybody know who Judy is. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that it's doing pretty good, and it's still building up traction too.
Yeah. All right. What else you working on? What else you got coming up?
Oh man, we got so much that we're working on. You said I got projects that I'm working on with both of these guys. You saying Carolina Bree as well in his absence. We're working on a lot of those. I'm working on a project. My project will be out in the fall. I think we're gonna slide a single or two in there. You saying in between there. I think we're gonna slide a single in there. But Man, more music. I'm talking about more good feeling. It's a lot. He just recently dropped a new project. It's called Get Up In There, if I'm not mistaken. This is Mr. Bitter, Mr. Amos Clark, man. He getting ready to drop release another project, man. So Snake Eyes Music Group is definitely working. With networking, man, we pulling up state to state. We doing a lot right now. Wow. And I can't wait to see what the end of 2026 has to offer.
Yeah.
I'll say it like that.
And how has the DJ support behind your music and your career, how much has that impacted, you know, even the success that you've been seeing recently?
Oh man, the DJ support has definitely been top tier. You know, even like when the song first went viral, it was already a team of DJs that was already set up, you know, to actually put the music out. A big shout out goes to, these are my three main DJs too. I gotta put it out there, man. DJ Dirty, DJ Trucker, DJ Pay Me. When I say that these guys have been like a key instrument in making sure that, especially like the Southern Soul artists from like the Carolinas, Georgia, North Carolina, like get projected, get put out there. You're saying these are the guys that you go to. When the song went viral, these guys were, you know, like the instruments behind it. You're saying pushing it, you know, getting it to these people. You're saying on their blogs, on their TikToks. You're saying, and they made the song, you know, do what it do. So a big shout out goes to those guys, to all my DJs, you know, especially the Coalition too. Yeah. I can't forget about the Coalition, man. The Coalition has been fully supportive of everything that we had going on as far as like Snake Eyes Music Group members, man. Big shout out goes to Big Life NT, man. They shouts out to Gary G, shouts out to Trap Dicky, you know what I'm saying, for the movement and the support that those guys have had with us, man. It's a movement, man. Snake Eyes Music Group, definitely.
Wow, that's what's up, man. Putting on for South Carolina, for real. Now, you were honored at the Route 100.
Yes.
In New York. What did that feel like? Because I know there were so many influential people, you know, in that building and that were nominated, you know, for the Route 100.
Like I said, that's one of those pinch me moments, you know, to be in a room with, I'm talking about some of black like elites, you know, the who's, you know, to be honored in that fashion along with some of those icons. I mean, words can't describe those things. Those are just things that you have to just live in that moment with, and that was one of those moments.
And did you win an NAACP
I did.
award?
I did.
Man, talk to me about that and the feeling that came with that.
It was definitely one of those, you know, another one of those moments where you just sit back and you just, you know, think about, you know, how did I get here? Like, how did, you know, something that I created, something that was at the hands of me, create something that was impactful enough to obtain this? You know, I go through those things a lot. You know, I sit back and I look at, you know, the keys and the plaques and the different awards, and I stand in amazement every time I look at them.
Oh, that's what's up, man. What would be some words of advice, some inspirational words that you would give to someone that's pursuing their dreams?
I tell anybody, you know, whatever you do today, make sure that you do it great. Make sure that you put your best foot forward. There's always eyes that's watching you. There's always eyes that's looking at you. You're saying they might be looking at you. You're saying to learn something from you, you know, or to criticize. But I take it, you know, as all a learning phase. So whatever I do, I make sure that I put my best foot forward. A big shout out to KG Music Group, man. King George told me one thing one time. He said, you know, sometimes you got to get out of your own way. So sometimes you have to allow yourself to remove yourself from a situation in order for your situation to actually grow. So.
And you got any shout outs you want to give?
Oh man, I got so many shout outs. Big shout out goes to my mama on top, you know what I'm saying? Mama, I love you, baby. Thank you so much, you know what I'm saying, for all the support that you've given to me. And big shout out goes to Snake Eyes Music Group, you know what I'm saying, my constituents, you know what I'm saying. I appreciate each and every one of them, you know what I'm saying. Castro, Big T, Snake, Zell, TAZ, I got a list of names that we go, you saying KG, everybody, man. Everybody know that I love you saying. Big shout out goes to all of y'all, man. Thank y'all for the support. Man, we running circles right now for y'all, man, and we running circles right now in the lines of Southern Soul. Appreciate you.
803 Fresh. Appreciate you pulling up.
Thank you,
jumping
man.
off the porch with us, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Boots on the ground, kicking up some dust. Wait a minute now, where them fans at? Where them fans